When you come in before Christmas, wasn't it? We had Christmas since.
Yes.
Yeah. They wrapped every to the Christmas special. Yeah.
No, I saw Sammy.
Stu, mate. I was giving Stu so much grief. And he messaged me yesterday, actually. I said we were doing it, and he was like, "Well, you being dressed up?" And I said, "I'll probably be like Christmas pudding or anything like that." So.
They've always wrapped fucking everything up, every piece of what you can see. It was good, wasn't it? I spoke to someone the other day. Yeah, I watched it all through. I watched 20 minutes there, then I went back in my car and listened to it. Then I went back. I went, fucking fair play. It's 3 hours long of just us eating Christmas,
Cranking around.
Christmas dinner.
That's good.
Yeah, good shindig. But hello and welcome, Construction Sport Podcast. We're back. We've got a revisit. We had a revisit last episode. This morning's one. We had a couple of revisits.
Happy days.
Sammy's been on. It's good. So the casting couch works first time for many.
Yeah, you're good.
Everyone comes running back in. And we've got a newcomer, Mr. Reece Bayliss. How are you, pal?
Very well, mate. Yourself?
All good.
Good. Thank you for having me on.
Oh, thanks for coming up. It's good. I like to say the evening ones are right because the phone's off. This morning it was three of us doing that speaking. And Jeff's got a business, and the other JJ he's got a business, and the table's
off.
Fuck off, leave us alone. But kids are in bed, wife's
happy days.
Everyone's happy. Nick Thurston, how are you?
Yeah, all good, mate. Thank you. Yeah,
where are we? Where are we? Before, obviously, stage 4 cancer.
Yeah, it's not getting easier.
No,
it's not. No, it's getting harder. Obviously, the chemo's hurting a bit.
Is it? Yeah.
It's just tiring. It's just tiring, and it's just generally tiring. But I said to Reece on the way in, I could probably fill up this whole podcast with how bad it is, but there's no point. Do you know what I mean?
That'd be very British of you, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well, it's
and the weather.
Yeah, it's as shit as it can be, right? Yeah. At times.
Yeah.
But you have good days, you have bad days. But there's no point in going on. I've got it, and it's part of me now. You know what I mean?
So where are you with the chemo? Is it kind of you have to
how's it work? Every 3 weeks chemo. Every 3 weeks. I was on chemo. I'm on tablets now. I've got one of them port things in my arm.
Oh, yep.
So I have intravenously for a day.
Yeah.
On a Wednesday, then 2 weeks on tablets, morning and night. Then a week off, which is great. Then back in on the following Wednesday. So it's every 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So I'm currently on 8. Next one's 9, obviously.
Yeah.
It is what it.
You had some good news, didn't you?
Yes,
after
I did.
The walk we done.
After the walk we done,
yeah.
I did a little chat to all of the men and women on the walk, and I had the scan coming up.
Yeah.
Which was great news.
You're obviously nervous about it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I was petrified, to be honest. Fortunately, both the tumour, my colon tumour and my liver, there's a few on my liver, but they've shrunk, which is a good thing. It's given me time.
Yeah.
Which is good because the guy
that's what we want.
Said it weren't going to be good if they hadn't shrunk, which is, you know what I mean? It's not nice to hear when they start throwing sort of 12 months around to you. You know what I mean? It's not, you know what I mean? It sort of breaks you down a bit, obviously. But it shrunk, which is a bonus. So it's given me more time.
It was buzzing, was it? What's the feeling like? And obviously, it's been a few years of bad news, and then suddenly you get something.
It's unreal. It's unreal because... But it's I don't know how to explain it. It's an unreal feeling, but it's still there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So if they were to say, boom, I've got a scan on Sunday, actually. I've got another one booked in Sunday.
Yep.
I'm at Broomfield Sunday morning.
Is it all at Broomfield? Is it
all at Broomfield, yeah, all at Broomfield. I do Malden to have my port changed once a week on a Wednesday.
Yep.
Then everything else is Broomfield. But yeah, so I've got a scan booked in Sunday. I'll get the results for that hopefully the end of next week. And if it shrunk again, it's just brilliant. It's just superb. You just know it's giving you time.
Yeah.
That's all I can live for.
Science and cancer is changing all the time.
It is. It's okay, it might be too late for me for that miracle. But miracles do happen. You know what I mean? Never say never. 100%. And at the end of the day, you can't do nothing about it.
Yeah.
If I could wave a wand, and, you know, me and Reece spoke on the way in, and it might be controversial, but the only people that should get what I've got is pedos and rapists.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I know that probably get bleeped out, but at the end of the day,
that definitely won't.
At the end of the day, they're the only people that should get it.
Yeah.
And the way I look at it, I'm having it a lot better than a lot of people.
Yeah.
I mean, kids get it. It's fucking cruel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you think, I see people at the chemo, and again, it's weird because you get like little chemo community. You go in there, everyone told me beforehand it's a horrible place. You see people, it ain't a horrible place. you get looked after. The nurses are brilliant. They know this, that they're brilliant.
Yeah.
Look after you like you never know. You can sit there, nice comfy chair, blah, blah, blah. And it's a little mini community, you know what I mean?
Is everyone quite upbeat and happy with share?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're all,
As upbeat as can be,
we're all in the same boat, aren't we?
Yeah.
You know, some are fortunate that it's their last time and they're hoping for the all clear next week. You know what I mean? Others like me are on it for life until it stops working.
Like you say, you can sit there and mope about it. Or you could
I go doing that. I must admit, I sometimes get put in a naughty chair.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, there's no point going and going, oh, shit. It is shit.
Yeah.
It's fucking horrible. But
Yeah.
I've got to have it. It's keeping me alive.
Have you seen Kerry lately? Kerry and Stone versus?
No. Funny you should say that. I'm there tomorrow.
Cool.
It's a busy week for me this week. Hospital today, hospital tomorrow, and hospital Sunday.
Yep.
I'm seeing Nikki and
Yeah.
and Rosie.
Okay.
I think tomorrow, just to check on my stoma.
Tell Nikki I send my love.
I should do. I did tell her, and I did tell her.
Nikki and Kerry need to come on the podcast.
Yeah.
I want to talk stomas.
Well, I did say that to her.
Don't talk shit.
I
on the podcast.
have me as a model.
Yeah.
Here is a stoma.
I was saying this the other day, the old Phantom, what they call it? Phantom.
Farting.
No.
They do that a lot.
When people lose a limb and they get like a
Yeah.
phantom feelings, they feel like they've lost a toe and you feel like they're fucking itch on their toe. It's not there. I get that with.
Really?
Yeah. And more so in the night if I'm sleeping sometimes.
Really? You think you're...
Once a month maybe? I can remember the feeling of it. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Or like passing wind in it.
Yeah,
So,
that's murder, mate.
that-
You
yeah.
get in a lift and you know it's
I
going
would
to go.
still get that feeling. every
Seriously,
now-
seriously. No, my life. You'd be sitting there, and, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's always the way, innit? Someone nice gets in. I know that might be sexy. And someone like, all of a sudden,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, sorry, Alex. But it's like, I can't control it. Like,
My
Good
dig-
icebreaker, isn't it?
my dignity went when it was St Patrick's Day. England were beating Ireland at the rugby. So this was like 2012ish. I had a catheter in that needed to come out.
wow.
And I pressed the buzzer because I was like, I think it can come. Can I please have it out now? Like I know it's gonna come out. And some wonderful looking Irish girl come in. And just like,
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
and we were beating them as well.
Oh, really? Oh, she did you really?
Yeah, there's not, and it went, but the
Did
dignity
it
of
hurt?
that.
Did it hurt?
Yeah, fucking shit. I'd had one before, and it did, and then some lady was quite soft
Gentle,
with me. Yeah, gentle.
caring.
But I think she saw the score in the rugby and just sort of thought, what?
He's getting it.
No, I had one in hospital when I had that done, and again, it's like
Soft hands.
yeah. I've got to be honest. I was going through so much pain,
Yeah.
like with me cancer pain, that they said, "Oh, this is gonna." I was like, "That'll be all right." They took it. I was like, "Oh, that was great."
Yeah.
Do it again, like you know what I mean? That's good pain. You know what I mean? I'm suffering. I'm rolling around the room here in pain. That's great. I can.
So are you like? Can you come home all the time? You go there, have the chemo.
Yeah, go
come home,
to have the
you don't
chemo.
stay
I
over?
go there. No, go there. Again, it's very sort of regimented. It's always similar sort of time. I'm 11 o'clock ish. Go there. Go in. Obviously, make a cup of tea. This, that, and the other. So it probably takes me about 3.5, 4 hours. 3.5 max, 4 hours max. You know what I mean? Then you're out. So
The cancer, is it quite amazing the treatment you're getting for the cancer pathway sort of thing? There, or can you tell the strain on the NHS at the moment with that, or is it's all right?
No, you can't because they're so professional.
Yeah.
It's a separate unit. I mean, they look after. They give you free parking. I know. I mean, you get a little car park.
That's a long way. That's
So you get a little ticket. You go in, you get your free parking, which is the lads at work will rip me off that. So I always used to like getting free parking when I was working in London. It's a bonus, isn't it? You get free parking if you're saving a couple of quid.
We're working at Liverpool Street at the moment, and we've literally put the hoarding up, and we park behind it, and we've got our own little spot, and there's absolutely
yeah. No, if you can get that, it's golden.
Every
It's
time
golden,
I go
isn't it?
London,
Your job's done.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you go there, they just know their stuff, and so you feel confident. And if you didn't feel confident,
A mate of mine had a skin, I think it was like a mole or something on his leg, and he had to have it removed. And he, as soon as they said to him there's something wrong with it a bit more than just a fucking mole, they put him on the cancer pathway. And
it's a 2 week, two-week pathway. Everything, I think it's government lists or whatever. Everything has to be done within 2 weeks.
Yeah, the support.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
like I say, on my way into it, I went to Orsett Hospital, Braintree, obviously Broomfield, then Malden, and you go there, and I know people say it's a modern thing, but everyone knows everything about you.
Yeah.
So you ain't got to explain. They go, So it's brilliant. The service you get there is brilliant. You do see the strain on the NHS when you go to A&E.
Yeah.
I went there because I had some bleeding on my stoma.
Yeah.
Going to speak to them about that tomorrow, but it's another issue. Oh, mate, the people there. Oh, got to be seen I've got a limp. Got a bad toe. I'm like, well, hold up, mate.
JJ, who was in here this morning, he snapped his little finger playing rugby, and and it was stuck like at a 45-degree angle. So he's gone in and had it fucking sorted out, and now it's stuck at a 90-degree angle. It's fucked it even more. And he's just completely like that. And it was, you shake his hand, he's got the old little fiddle in your hand.
It's amazing.
We've all got a big shout out Matt Sheehan for that one. We've all got a friend who's
Danny Gill, Big Danny.
We've all got a friend who's got a wonky finger.
Yeah. And, so it's worked even worse. But he said he's going for physio on it into a ward at the hospital was for people who are having to do physio on limbs and stuff. So he's going in there with someone who's just lost their leg and they're and he's in there going, yeah, I'm here for this.
Yeah. Mate, I wouldn't bother.
I'm so embarrassed.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't bother. I'll be like, no, I'll give it a miss.
And they're like, what's the pain like, Mr. And he's having to tell them what the pain of it's like. And there's over there.
1 to 10.
Yeah,
there's Fred over there's got no leg.
He's literally just like, it's killing me today.
Yeah. But you get it. Like I say, there's me, and they say when you got like stage 4, they say take your book there with you in case they have to do anything. So you can't give him this, you can't give him that. If it's that, take him straight to a bed.
Yeah.
And I'm standing there with my book in my hand, and there's people going, I've got a bellyache, let me go first. I'm like, I'm dying of cancer and I'm bleeding, love. I'm sorry, you ain't going in front of me. I'm sorry. It's how it is.
Yeah.
But and that's where you see the strain on the NHS, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And again, memories talking about on the way in. They do a job. They do, but it must be hell for them. Yeah. It must be hell for them.
12-hour shifts as well.
12-hour shifts. Dealing with. I'm not being idiots. Idiot. It's idiots. It's why we had one today, but. I said to you, my granddaughter had one today. She fell off the chair. Yeah. Bless her. So Maddie, basically, she's rolling around on this settee in a basket that Granddad's put her in because I thought it was funny. And her hands were in this basket. I'm going to get pelters for this. But the next thing I was sitting talking to my daughter Madison, and Remy, my granddaughter, she rolled off the settee, banged her head. Yeah. And then she started crying. Next thing, she's passed out.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, she's passed out. And I'm panicking, going, Remy, breathe for God's sake. You don't know what to do. In that moment, you don't know what to do there. No. So anyway, Maddie's like, phone the ambulance. They phone the ambulance. So I phoned her. I was like, oh, Maddie, they ain't going to come. She's okay. But anyway, they triaged her over the phone, which was good. Yep. And then they said, then the ambulance people phoned back, which was good. And I can understand. They said, look, we'd like you to take us to hospital, which is fine. Do you know what I mean? Yep. But the amount of people that would have been going, no, I've got to have that ambulance. She's a kid. They're going to hurt themselves. Yeah. And yeah, she did pass out, which I shouldn't really be laughing because it was a bit stressful. Yeah. But
she's back around.
She's a kid,
not vomiting. And
so they took her to hospital. They said, the ambulance said, tell them that the ambulance has sent you, and then you'll get seen. She was there for 3 or 4 hours, and she's home now. Obviously, you know what I mean. But you can't waste their time. People should stop wasting their time.
Yeah, big time.
Do you know what I mean?
You say about when she ran. I had my little girl run into the lounge. Mummy was at a spa for the day, heavily relaxed. And it was in the afternoon, 4 or 5, and she's come into the kitchen. I said, so can you go grab your brother's plate from in the lounge? We had a picnic in the lounge because I weren't there. I was trying to hide it. It was subtle. Anyway, she's run into the lounge while my boys then pick the plate to bring out himself, and she's run straight onto the plate, and it cut the top of her top of her eyebrow open. And I looked at it and thought it was the ketchup from the plate. It smacked her in the face. And then she came over to me. I was like, oh, shit.
Oh, dear.
Anyway, she's held it. So I said to her, just hold that a second. Got a tissue.
She's not crying.
But she was absolutely fine. Absolutely fucking rocking.
Mate, strong stuff.
Yeah,
I was going to say.
Yeah, and it was a proper
granddaughter.
It was a proper boxer slice, you know, when it goes in the eyebrow. But she's 3 years old. She's like that, and I've got a wipe, and I've put it on, and then I've got emergency.
You ain't gone query.
I've got no, I wasn't going to query, but I've got that first aid. Then I've got emergency first aid at work for and with electrical. But there was something with electrical we done in the railway, so we all got anything comes. We know like a bit more higher up than just first aid. So got all that. She's literally like, I fucking shit myself.
You do?
Yeah, I
you finish your own.
Yeah, your own.
You finish your own.
And I was like, what? So I rang 999 thinking shit. And I was like, it was a head injury.
Yeah, just bleeding.
And I was like, I've got her and I've got my 6-year-old and I'm having to hold it and press it. I just want to speak to you guys. So I actually thought, you might have an on-call doctor who might come out and just put a bit of glue on it. Or
Yeah.
something. No, it don't come out. But it was like, then they said if you can't drive, you have to jump on a bus. And I was thinking,
Yeah.
no fucking bus stop round here.
No,
but,
no.
but I'll drop me little boy off and we got it sorted. But
Well, no,
it's
that's-
amazing when it's your own.
When
You
it's your
just
own, like I say, you know, I've done with the soccer school, we did all the first lady bits. And, you know, when it's someone else's kid, you can look after them a bit better. When it's your own, it's like, I was
definitely.
banging her back, going, Remy, breathe for granddad, breathe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was unconscious for seconds.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But
to put the shits up.
enough to for Maddie to go, Dad, phone an ambulance. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
Who's caused it?
Especially, well,
that's it, isn't it?
She was having fun.
Yeah.
She was having fun. So I had it all planned today because obviously the big thing with me is being tired. So I had it all planned, and I was going to go and have this done in the morning. Go and see I live for my grandkids. They're my world. You know, Remy and Beck, they're my world. So I always pop in and see him. Granddad see him for an hour. So I had it all planned. I can go and see him for an hour. Beck goes down about 12 o'clock for his little nap. I can go home, get my head down for a couple of hours. I'm round there ringing Reece going, might not be able to pick you up, I'm stuck in Malden. But luckily I got home, so I got home about 5. But I missed out on my nap, you know what I mean? So Alex, if you see me dozing off, mate, just give me a nudge.
Shouting.
Yeah. So this big area,
There's a bell in there
big
for Christmas Day.
I know we like bells. We got cancer, mate. You got to ring that bell. He's taking the piss out of me. He's all about ringing the bell. He knows it's all over. He's ringing the fucking bell on me. You know what I mean? But no, so I've missed me nap. You know what I mean? So if I get grouchy. You know what I mean? Just let me know. Just get me a bottle. Just pour it over my head or something. So I've missed me that, but you know what I mean.
We'll let you snooze. And
I'll get through it. You know what I mean? But like I say, it is what it is, and it's all good at the end of the day. You've got to live for the good days.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? And I'm lucky. You know, we've got you guys. We've got loads of people that we need to speak about, and your family. You know what I mean? Your family. But I'm saying I watched the podcast with you, your dad, and your sister. Yeah. No, as funny as it was,
some of the things Dad cut out.
No, but as funny as it was, I was near to tears. No, but as fun as it was to see you guys as a family unit, it's lovely. Yeah. And I know I spoke to your dad when he was at the walk thing, and I think I brought a tear to your dad's eye because your dad's done a good job, hasn't he?
It's just
your dad and mum. No.
Lucky. We
no, fair. No, but no one is. Yeah. And that's what makes families good, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? To see you guys, to see you and your sister laughing at your dad.
Yes, yeah.
It's just, to me, and when you get to my position, them things become more.
Sadiq Khan.
Oh yeah, he loves him, doesn't he?
Yeah. More damage. He's done more damage than Hitler.
Yeah. I don't think there's PC. Dad. He's in. He's just in. He's just letting him have it. But it was quality.
Yeah. There is another one to come out with my sister's using this as well now.
Yeah, I see.
So she's got pulled the old family card on that one. And then we was like, it'd be easy to come and record it, but we had to send a face. Fucking nightmare, but it's working out.
At least it smells a bit fresh.
She's come in and done. We had a print off of 180 people. My dad's picked up in the cab.
Wow.
And we worked our way through them. We done it with Laura. I was sitting with Reese's, and this was for Laura's podcast. And then off the back of that, I was like, Dad, tell you what, before you go to Spain next week, can you come back in? Because I think there's more we can delve into outside of that list.
Didn't he chuck in Graham Norton at the end?
Graham. He forgot Graham Norton.
Yeah, he did forget.
And then we brought up a my one, just touch it. I won't give Laura's one away. It's good though. But yeah, the funniest one on there was Piers Morgan. I think he said Piers Morgan. He went to get in his cab and he told him to fuck off.
But surely now their political views are aligned. So they can't.
But this is before because this was shortly after he gave everyone's name up in the press years ago. The soldiers.
He was wrong one.
Dad doing one day a month in the army. Thought he was fucking.
He thought he was SAS. SEAL Team 6 Bernie. Colonel Bernie.
But Reece, chairman. Are you chairman? Are you technically a chairman of a football club now? Is that what you'd be? Can we call you the owner?
I wouldn't call myself
the
that.
The Saudi of Frog FC.
I'd like to think I'm just at the moment as a player.
Yeah.
Not manager, free kick taker. Well, penalty taker.
I knew it.
Did you take penalties?
If I'm on the pitch, penalty taker. But no, mate. Obviously, we've done the charity game back in October, and
in this jersey we started off with
that
jersey, the old construction little show, our little one that we have,
and
on board.
There was lads that played in that game that I haven't played with. Certainly mentioned Diggs. I used to play football with him when we were probably 9 or 10. So,
yeah.
you know, fast forward 30 years, we're playing again.
Are you
so
below Diggs?
above.
You're
I
above.
know I know I look a lot older than a lot
So you're
of
in
people.
between my
mate,
brother
but-
and sister. Gotcha.
Yeah. So it was just something that, obviously, in the conversations we'd had with the charity game, the opposition against the soccer school were Frog United anyway. So I thought to myself, if we make it a bit more official and go down the route of, you know, because obviously there are a lot of teams that now do it just for charity, that they're part of charities.
Yeah.
They donate to charities for games played. So I thought if we do it a bit more official, then me just putting something on Facebook going, if you've got anyone that wants to play, you know, we've got a nice badge.
Yep.
Now we've got a fantastic shirt.
Yep.
Look
at this one.
You
It's
know,
lovely, isn't it?
so-
Adidas.
Superb.
Yeah, it's
Adidas,
lovely.
Again, sponsored
Lovely.
by you guys, which is lovely.
Yeah, so big shout out to you for sponsoring us,
No,
mate.
no,
and,
thank you. We're just amazing to be given the opportunity to be it as well, because it's something we've always said from day one. Really, it's like what we're doing is all about supporting the right causes in a sporting fashion.
Yeah,
no,
It's
yeah. I mean,
just,
you know, it's obviously, I know Nick will bring it up and things like that, or we'll talk about it. But you know, certainly after going back to the charity game, when the amount of people that got involved, I don't always want to have to keep going down that route of give me your money, can you do this? Because I'm a believer that 100% everyone will support Nick.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not, but you know what it's like, and there's a lot of it around nowadays, which is I think he's very good.
Yeah.
But obviously don't want to be that person where I'm keeping going.
continuously.
Right, I want to get 10 grand for him this weekend. And, you know, I want it to be something that can be a bit slow and steady. So,
bit of structure.
You know, we said if we do a game, there's probably 40 lads on the WhatsApp. You know, if we can get
7 of them are fit.
yeah, that's another story, isn't it? If we can get sort of 20 to play, we'll charge them a bit of money, same as the opposition.
Everyone's
and then
willing to chuck it in.
and then we'll do like an old-fashioned bus stop after the game. And
Well, we did one.
Get a
You
few
did one
quid.
at Haybridge, didn't you?
Yeah,
That was superb.
Yeah.
We did one for a lady who she had a brain tumor.
tumor, yeah.
So they were raising money
Yeah.
for the Brain Tumor Trust, which was good. Look, Reece got in touch with the guy. I don't know how that happened, but he got in touch with Reece. Reece got in touch with the guy. Went down there. The lads had a great evening. We had a good laugh. The banter with the lads was brilliant.
Yeah.
They were superb. And again, we was all having a laugh, raising money for this other charity. And the lads had all, like Reno, loves a raffle. So the lads, I've never seen a raffle. The lady must have been really fantastic, because you'd never seen so many raffle prizes. So we was all like buying raffle tickets, this and that. And then at the end of the day, the guy come up and gave a donation to us, which we weren't expecting. It was a lovely gesture. And you know what I mean? That's not what Reece did it for. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I think's, I've said to a lot of people before, it's an awkward one for me, because I've always been the one to try and give to people and help people out and cash checks and lend people money and duck and dive, and you can have that. We'll sort that out another time. And in my position, it's humbling that someone like Reece is doing so much for me, and with the support of you guys. I mean, like the kit, even Mark Penn from Penn UK, Penn Sports.
Yeah, we didn't get touched actually, because we were just talking about kit the other day actually, because we want to stick with actually Adidas. Is what we want to go with. I love the Adidas kit.
Yeah. But Mark, I've known Mark. I obviously had Thurston Sports. Mark had Penn Sports, another traditional sports shop in Benfleet and Canvey. So I've known him like 25, 30 years. But he'd done you guys a kit, and then he donated the money back to Reece, which is
amazing.
just a lovely gesture. And he didn't have to do that. You know, to supply the kit's a wonderful thing. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
And that's when you see people. It's a lovely thing, but it's hard at times. Do you know what I mean? Because it's one of them. I'm humbled by it all.
Yeah, that's
you know
it.
What I mean?
If you say you've done all that all your life of helping people,
I'm
and this has
humbled
come
by
back
it.
around.
Yeah, well,
I mean, going back to the Hayward Swifts one, that comes about from the Chaston family.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry,
Matt.
Matt.
Soccer schools.
Yeah.
So Matt, I used to play football with Matt, the middle brother. You had Darren, who was the older brother, who at the soccer schools, we laugh about it, and he had legs like the size of this table. I think he was only about 13 then, and he always used to like break the net. But it was the youngest brother, Joey, who's involved with the coaches at Hayward Swifts, and they do it, I believe, once a month. And he got in touch with me about it, and I was like, mate, that'd be brilliant.
There's Russell Harding's over
Yeah,
there.
he's played in both the games.
Yeah.
Because I believe he's running a marathon.
Oh, is he? Okay, fair play.
And I played in a game back in September. Missed the pen that night. Won't talk about But you know, even the infrastructure they've got over there, and you can tell
it's a lovely club, isn't it?
Yeah, like the backing from the parents. But in fairness to our crowd, I think we had 17 on the night. We lost about 5, didn't we? Within 5 minutes.
We lost count, to be fair.
But in terms of people that come over there, it was so well supported. And the fella, there was another fella, I can't remember his name, but he collared me and just said, "Look, we're going to, you know, whatever we raise, we're going to have a split." And I said, "Look, you haven't got to be." And he was like, "No." He said, "You've bought loads in. Everyone was having a beer.
Yeah.
The game was played at a really good standard.
It was brilliant.
And,
it was brilliant.
You know, there was a couple of few tackles that, you know, we weren't played.
Yeah.
You know, and we're playing them again, all being well, on the 3rd of May. So
amazing. We will get a date as soon as we finish this as well. We will fix a date.
Yeah,
100%.
Well,
This is just fucking distracting.
That's all. That's all. If what Reece is doing can raise awareness for things, and if we can do other charities, I think it's a good thing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It can only be a good thing.
So we played a few games over Haybridge. They were brilliant. Yeah, the guy, what's his name? Terry, is it? Guy who runs you book it up through. Yeah, he was good as goal with us.
Yeah, that might have been the fella. I never really got his name actually, but he's you know, Nick's right with what we're saying. You know, it's not just we're the ones that are going to be taking the money. And
Gary Perkins, his name is.
He sounds esoteric. But you know, we're not in it to be. Yes, we want to keep raising money for him, help him all the way. But on the flip side of it, you know, to me, if you've played at any sort of level of football and you're getting to mid-30s to 50s and you've got a chance to put your boots back on again, you know, from the charity game, playing with some, like I was saying about playing with lads that I haven't played with, lads that I'm still good mates with that I haven't played with them for
it's brilliant to
10
see.
years. Like,
to see their banter.
You know, before the game, like it was just, you know, as much as I miss playing, I miss like the changing room.
Everyone's here. The
you know what I mean?
smells.
Yeah, like I miss the changing room and then going for a beer after. And, you know, it's very much, I thought to myself that it'd be a good way of...
More than a kickabout.
Yeah. Yeah, and at the end of the day, look, I ain't going to be around forever, but it'd be nice to see that carry on. Not for me, but just do it for other things. You've got a... sounds pretentious saying legacy, but you know what I mean? With what Reece is doing, he can keep that going.
We need to meet at Thurston's car park before we drive to the games.
Yeah,
I'm thinking about it the other day. I said we're going to meet him before a game in a car park so you can all follow each other.
That's it.
Because no one knew how to get
Don't happen now with Google Maps, does it?
It used to be. It used to either be there, it'd be Village Hall.
Yeah, the railway. I remember going to the railway.
Or, the railway or the back of
the rugby
Sweethearts.
Yeah.
That was
Sweethearts,
that was where we would meet. But yeah, that's the thing with it, mate. It's very much people that, you know, we've got lads that just want to turn out.
Yeah, it's good to, like I say, Reece is just a football nut. He lives for his football, which is, it's brilliant to see. And to see Reece enjoying himself. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, he is chairman, owner, boot cleaner, penalty taker.
Tea lady.
Tea lady. But you are. And the lads are following you as much as they're following my little thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's down to it's hats off to.
We found it as well because what we noticed when we'd done the first couple of matches and level sides and people were fucking loving them. The guys started talking about the few things we heard back was blokes in the 30s, 40s, 50s don't get the opportunity to play 11 aside much. 5-a-side is quite readily.
Yeah, and that walking football.
And the 5-a-side. And the 5-a-side's fucking hard work.
That's too fast.
There's been a few, we've had quite a few over the last few years and it's faded off a bit. I think people realising that it's just fucking, and especially we've done a few up in around the corner from Brick Lane in London, Shoreditch. And it gets fucking a bit feisty. You get a couple of people you don't know and they go a bit much.
It's
like ice hockey in the end by just checking.
This is the couple of games we've played. Obviously, the charity match went, without that was brilliant, and this last game. But it's the nature of the beast, and sooner or later there's going to be
someone's going to land one.
There'll be a youngster, or someone to get
some upstart.
Something's going to happen. But it's. I'd like to think all the lads that play, they know why we're doing it, and that's why they're all so keen. That's the thing out of all of it is how keen everyone is. And
when with it as well is if you don't have to train once a week and make sure you're there every week, and then just to get a call up, people know, I don't have to commit all that.
Yeah, no, exactly.
I'm going to still get the opportunity to play. That's the winner.
I mean, bearing in mind, I used
you ain't
to run.
got to be fit to play, have you?
Yeah, I know you're looking at me for that. But bearing in mind, I used to run the Sweethearts Sunday side, and it was quite funny actually because just before the charity game, I said to my missus, I said it brought it all back because the night before I had like 5 people drop out, and I'm standing there thinking, "Fucking hell, I don't miss this. I don't miss this." But you know, I'm not saying we would do it as a full-time team because you're right. You got to. It does get to a point where you got to think about training. You got to be.
You got to think about going to work.
You know, but
the next day.
I mean,
we played that Haverford game. The goalkeeper went off. He was not on cripple.
Yeah,
he was not on cripple.
You know, also, regardless of me doing what we're doing for this, it also comes with people like Chris Firminger saying about always having a pitch available for us.
That's a lovely touch.
You know, there's always bits that, you know, I'm happy to spearhead stuff, but I can't do it on my own. You know, and that's time with family and work and things like that. So that's the best bit that's come out of it is I'm always having people going to me, when's the next game? Chris has rung me up going, we're going to do a for South Woodham United. They're going to organise like a select 11.
Yeah, brilliant.
And he said, we'll really make it up on the day about things and all that sort of stuff. And it's nice that other people are thinking about Nick as well.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not, you know, I know you mentioned it on the first podcast, it's not the fact of me doing it. I think it's just someone doing it, and then everyone wants to get involved.
Yeah,
you know, and it's,
someone's made that first movement. And
And as I said, you know,
but like we said, the support you're getting, like Adam and Ross at Club Woodham, their doors always open. You can come back here and entertain people, and you know what I mean.
Like we're putting on a night in June. Got Julian Dix coming down.
Oh, brilliant! Because he's manager at Haybridge.
So
he was in the bar after that game, right, and he was almost cringing. There's Reece edging up to him like that. And then I had to snap him. I did snap a picture. I think I might have to give it to Alex, actually. We were talking, and I was like, lads, look at Reece. And he's like, Julian.
I'll say it to him.
But again,
similar penalty taker.
he smashes him.
What a penalty taker.
The man's a legend. But again, he's there having a beer with the lads. What a genuine fella. Legend. Do you know what I mean? He ain't no airs and graces about him. He's just a genuine nice guy.
So that's what I'm saying. So we're putting that on. Fella I've got to know puts on West Ham events, Mandeville Promotions. Big shout out to them.
Yeah.
So it's official. It's not me just saying send me some money and they might. So I want it done official. But on the night, proceeds are all going to be donated to Nick. So that's going to be raffle, silent auction. We're going to get some cracking bits. I've probably sold 70% of the tickets already, which I'm like, oh blimey, you know. And then you think of other avenues, but I want to keep it fresh with what we're doing. I don't want it always to be in people's faces, as we've said. But on the flip side of it, I don't, you know, say I do. We as a collective don't want to let it slide.
That's the thing. You don't really have to put it because you're not so much putting it in people's faces. You're saying that we're going to do something everyone can enjoy.
And
on the back end of it, by the way, and we're doing this.
Well, it's the same as the walk your sister did, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
you
and your sister.
You are part of it.
To see there was nearly 70 people.
It was
on
a
that
big
walk.
turnout. That one,
And a lot of them I didn't know personally, and it's lovely to see. And a lot of them weren't even members of like the LKB Fitness, which was just good. It's just nice to see people.
How were the girls' legs the day after?
I think my daughters, Mandy's was sore, but they enjoyed it. They all went back to Club Woodham and had a good time. You know what I mean? Just the atmosphere. You know what I mean? I know I was a bit nervous. One, everyone's turned out, but obviously I had that scan coming. I was a bit. But people are just so nice. Do you know what I mean? And that's what you find. People which is it's nice to be nice, isn't it? So you know what I mean? People are genuinely good. The community spirit that Woodham is showing me shows that the town is a good town. Do you know what I mean?
Still there, isn't it?
It's still there. Because you think it's gone, and you think what I mean.
The sideline of the pitch spoke volumes, didn't it? Really?
Again, it was another one of them I didn't realise. You know, I'd obviously spoke to Tristan about it, Matt Jones, as well as obviously Nick as well when we were talking about it. And I just didn't, on the day, I was still a bit sceptical, I'll be honest with you. I mean, we had the best part of 40, maybe 50 lads involved in the game and everything, but when it got to sort of about 1:45, I was like, bloody hell. Like, certainly the biggest crowd I've ever played in front. Like, no, I'm being serious. But I'm being serious with that. Like, you know, when I was younger, I was lucky that I was in successful teams and we played in cup finals. But Yeah, a couple of times. I was like, bloody hell, there's about 300 people here. But
Yeah.
it was old school Woodham.
It was.
You know,
Yeah.
you had people that travelled as well.
Yep.
So yeah, it's you know, and it's just nice that people wanted to be there. People were happy to after the event at Club Woodham. You know, I'd left the game and I thought, brilliant, that's gone off brilliant.
Yeah.
I
Breathe
thought,
out, you can have a breath.
Go and have a beer,
Yeah.
do a little bit of a raffle, see what we get. And I opened the door in Club Woodham and I was like, fuck.
Can't get in.
I was like, how am I going to get a beer through all of that? So luckily enough, there was some. But I said to Ross, I said, mate, because he collared me on Thursday, I think it was, and said, do you know how many people are coming down? And I said, I don't know, mate. Like, we got 50 playing, so you know. But again, with that was brilliant. We had 3 or 4 hours in there, and then it was done. People could move on.
Yeah,
you know. So
it's a winner.
Yeah, it's just I'm hoping we can just carry it on.
We're gonna do that game again, aren't we? That game is gonna be happening again.
Yeah. So it's gonna be on the weekend of hopefully the 24th or the 25th of May.
Yeah.
Which is bank holiday weekend.
Nice.
I was thinking about the Sunday.
First soccer school weekend.
Whitsun week.
Whitsun week. It's my birthday week. That's what I always remember. So that's my birthday there,
I would love to try and get someone to put on like the skills competition and see later on if people can still do it, running up and down the cones and then back down. I'll be shagged. But
penalty shootout.
Yeah, that's the but yeah, if that's going to potentially be that weekend. It's bank holiday weekend.
Brilliant.
Might be Saturday, might be Sunday. Hopefully the weather will be all right, so we can this time go to. I've approached Mike at the railway.
Yep.
And he straight away is like, yeah, obviously if you want to come down and stuff like that. But it'll be the same sort of scenario with the raffle. I probably won't approach as many people because we ended up with a lot of prizes in the end. And just go from there. So
we're going to do a walk in the summer, a bloke's one. What's that bloke's? Not my sister's one. I'm going to do one, but we're going to start and finish, I think, at the Prince of Wales.
Oh, cool.
Brilliant.
Because Adam Brownstock, they've just bought it.
Oh,
and I was thinking the other day, I was like, we could, so they now own it. So I thought, we could park up here and do a big loop all over the fields, back at Radar, all the way up towards Bicknacre kind of way, and come back round. Nothing too strenuous, but enough to get back in.
Sign race up.
Yep, done. It'd be good. It'd be good crack.
I mean, bike or something.
So going into the world of football, Reece, I was fascinated because you put a lot of stuff up on LinkedIn with it all, didn't you? The memorabilia stuff. So are you creating a lot of stuff? You're obviously mad West Ham fan through and through.
Yeah.
So that stuff, you create all that yourself as well, do you?
The prints, It's just a hobby that started during lockdown.
Yeah.
My dad got in touch with me and he said, I found a load of your old West Ham stuff in the loft.
Yeah.
I was one of them sad kids that I collected programs, stickers.
Yeah.
You know, I went through a big phase of doing that and ultimately it just sat in their loft.
Yeah.
So I said, I'll have some of that because what I wanted to do was create the best ever 11 that I've seen play for West Ham.
Yeah.
Frame it up, put it in obviously that hasn't happened because I'm married. So, you know, that's now a dressing room. So, you know, bearing in mind I do all of these, I haven't got one hanging up anywhere. So I'm going to like...
but in your head it's there.
Yeah, 100%. So...
Sanctuary.
So, yeah, it's just... It started as a hobby and I've done it and I put it on... I'm very active on Twitter. And someone got in touch, which was Paul from Mandeville Promotions. And he said to me, are you selling these? And I was like, well, I hadn't even thought of anything like that, in truth, because that's what I've done. And he said, could you do one for me? And then it's just obviously gone from strength to strength. So I chucked in my season ticket. So I needed a hobby.
Yeah.
Obviously having a young boy, I know I was 6 now, but at the time it was
season tickets coming back.
Yeah. No, we're still a bit rubbish at the moment. So but yeah, it's just been, you know, I was at one on Friday, an event, and it's crazy now where ex-players come up to me and they're like, thanks for sorting out a print. And
oh, really?
They're like, they've got grandkids and they're like, you know, thanks for doing that.
So it's all the stuff that you collected through your lifetime.
Yeah. I mean,
and then you print them now and send them on.
Yeah.
And you get them signed as well, do you?
Yeah. Some of them, yeah. There's an avenue to do other teams. You know, I've had a feeling, but
the passions in the
it's
eyes.
not so much that, but even, you know, Arsenal, Liverpool, I've got my hands of all the West Ham stuff. So, and you're right, I think it's I was at that game. Oh, that was a good, you know, like,
Nostalgia.
And it all really started from obviously Johnny Harris, who lives in Woodham, should I say?
Yeah.
The school gym, didn't he?
Yeah,
he used to run.
I collared him and just said, "Oh, look, I'm doing these. I've done. Can I give one to you?" And then we put it out, and he's gone from. The funny thing with him is, and it's probably the same with a lot of other people with ex-players, is that I was at an event that he was at, and still to this day, loads of people getting stuff signed by him. And I was having a bit of a laugh and a joke with him. Someone come up to me and said, "Oh, do you know, you used to look like you know him really well?" And he turned around and he went, "That's because I used to throw him and his mates off the AstroTurf." And they had no idea. But that's what I find quite, me and you talk about it, didn't we? About there's always people that are so involved with players and the South. Obviously, we went to Southend just before Christmas.
Yeah, how was that one? Yeah, because I saw the picture. Brilliant.
That was superb. Yeah, that was superb.
But even with that, you get talking to some of the lads who they've played with. Even me and Nick have chatted about it over the years, and I think, even that evening, I'll let you explain that about the picture.
What?
The squad photo that you were in.
Oh, what the team
on the
photo?
night? We had the night, didn't we?
Yeah.
Was that just before? That was just before we went to the game, wasn't it?
Yeah. The one that's in that bar? Well, there's a. But whatever. There's a team photo of me, and Reece didn't know that. I never really talked about football. We was always having a laugh or working in the shop and this, that, and the other. Did the soccer schools and that. And Reece has been out with a few get-togethers with my ex-teammates, and he's like, "You know him, and he played there." And like Paul Smith, a good friend of mine, he's got a stand named after him at Gillingham, and things like that. And Reece, we went out one night, and Reece proper got into him. He scored a penalty at Wembley and all that malarkey. He's a legend at Gillingham. You know what I mean? And Reece, you never told me you played with him, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so there's a team photo in the bar at Southend, and I'm lurking next to Peter Butler.
Yeah. And but even that's what I'm saying with stuff like that. They've been so accommodating.
Oh, the club were brilliant that day.
Well,
there's a thing called the SWEPA, isn't it? The Southend United
They
Ex-Players.
pushed that out on LinkedIn, didn't they?
Yeah, Southend United Ex-Players Association. It's the biggest in the country, in the world, actually.
Is it really?
Yes,
Wow.
it's the biggest in the world. And Andy Leader, the guy who runs it,
So good.
he's amazing. The fella lives in Devon, and he travels up to Southend, and he's running this thing, and he puts all these events on. His dedication is amazing.
Yeah.
But so I got in touch with them, and the chairman, Justin Reece, an absolute top, just a gentleman, just a proper, an old-fashioned chairman who listens to the fans, and isn't an Indian billionaire or whatever. He lives in Australia, but it's close. But you know what I mean. but he spends a lot of time. Spends a lot of time. But so they invited us down, and we had to walk out onto the pitch, and the lads did a little guard of honour. It was really emotional. It was really good, and the crowd were going mad. The crowd were going, weren't they? The crowd were going crazy. And again, as Reece said, you don't realise that these football to us when we played at clubs was like our life for 4 or 5 years, but it's these people's life forever. Yeah, and they're the ones you need to appreciate because Andy put on a thing recently. He does little get-togethers, little guest speakers, and there's these guys there, and I spoke to this guy and saying, "Oh, I've got a couple of programs." He went, "No, I'm only missing 6 back to the war." I'm like, "Bloody hell, mate!" He's missing 6
on it.
You know what I mean? And it's Southend. And again, all due respect to Southend, it's not West Ham, it's not Liverpool, it's not. You know what I mean? It's not a Premier League club. These people, and you, they are they're brilliant to see. Yeah. And you go there as an ex-player, and Reece took a photo. We went to one do before Christmas, and they was asking for our autographs, and Reece I'm like, oh, sign it. I'm like, you know what I mean? It's just a lovely thing. Yeah. It's like I was nothing. You know what I mean? I was pro there, whatever, but no superstar. You know what I mean? And these people are just, and you've got to take your hats off to them. Yeah. This guy he had this tracksuit on, a match-worn tracksuit from the 70s. He paid fortunes for it, and it was back in the day when there wasn't memorabilia. It was an actual player's top. And he had this top on, and I'm looking at that's class, mate. That's absolute. But it's his life, and you all you can do is just say, well, what's your name? Dave. Dave's one of the other guys who's the program collector.
You're going to have to get one of these signed on the first matches and frame it as the first one
I think
in
we
years,
should, mate.
in years to come.
Yeah, I think we should.
Looking back, we actually got a couple of shirts up there actually. We didn't get them framed because we said that. I do want to get more signed as well, but we said that because you look back in years to come.
Yeah, it's like Nick
way,
says, you don't. I think when you're so involved in any sport, like maybe you are with rugby and things like that, and but also it's nice to keep the memories, but like this thing Southend do with the expert, like that should be a given with every club.
It should,
like
shouldn't it?
And I've suggested that they will eventually get onto my friend here to do one for West Ham.
Yeah, but I wouldn't know where you'd start with that, but
it's so big though, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's the
yeah.
thing.
If the club are not gonna, everyone's got to be pulled in the same direction.
Yeah,
but if you go to games now, the ex-player element is still there, but you've got more corporate people, you've got more influencers, who are probably seen more as part of the club than a fella that's played.
Well, we've got a case
50 games.
Case in point, my ex-manager Kevin Locke, West Ham legend. Do you know what I mean? Won the cup. How many games did he play at West Ham? Couple of hundred games. They charge him for his season ticket.
Yeah,
West Ham. He can do the corporate thing, and they'll give him a few quid, whatever. But they charge him for his season ticket. How can they do that to an ex-player that's
it's wrong?
You know what I mean? Yeah. When a club as small as Southend can look after their ex-players and appreciate their ex-players, which is good.
Yeah,
you've got someone as big as West Ham charging Kevin Locke, the man who me and the 99% of my ex-colleagues, my teammates, he was a god to us. Him and
so
Paul
wrong,
Heffer.
isn't it? It
You know what I mean?
He's only one of, if I get it right, 30, probably 33, 34 players that have won the FA Cup for West Ham.
Yeah.
And they charge him for his ticket.
Yeah.
And
you know
on my
what I mean?
life, you couldn't ask for it's not like he's going to go there and get pissed and act up.
Yeah.
You couldn't ask for a nicer guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You couldn't ask for a nicer fella.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? And
so the silverware that he won is still celebrated in the memorabilia, and he's being charged.
He's being charged for a season ticket.
50 years this year. So it'd be on the day I was talking to him about
set a petition
stuff.
Up to get him a free season ticket.
Well, you did put something on, didn't you? On LinkedIn? I think you had a pop.
And a couple of people were like, "Oh, that don't surprise me," and stuff like that. But it's not even. These people have got to be celebrated. They're regardless of players and who you play for. Like, you're part of that history of the club, and that's what I was built on as a youngster by looking at programs. And even Johnny Harris, my old man said to me, "I've got this West Ham book," and he goes, "Go and get that signed." And I was like, "You being serious?" I said, "He might not do it."
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "Yeah, no problem." He was like, "Oh, look at the photo." And when you get to know them better, not as friends, but you're on that sort of circuit when the event, and that's why the events work so well, I think. But it baffles me sometimes why
they're not celebrated and appreciated.
Looked after, looked at, and I'm going to direct a little bit now, but I've got to know a couple of lads who have just started a new podcast called the Academy of Football to do with West Ham. It's only been out a couple of weeks, and those lads, that certainly one of them who's on it, Darren Blewett, he's told his story, and he's crying out for help after it. Is he? Yeah. And you don't yes, he never played in the first team, but he was a first team squad player.
Yep.
And it comes back to what you do and things like that. I just hope sooner or later, and I think there was rumours that it was going to be announced, but clubs I think have got to do a bit more for ex-players.
Yeah, definitely.
I know, yes, there'll be players that have played for multiple clubs.
Yeah. But
if you're like a Kevin Locke, who else did Kev play for?
Fulham. He was at Fulham.
Yeah. So, not necessarily going to do it for every club, but certainly, if they need.
But they're going to, if you give them that, they're going to bring their kids along and promote it to their kids.
Well,
Kev,
I'm sure Kev takes his grandkid to watch, and he's paying for two people to go and watch it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it must be hard because he must be getting recognised. You know what I mean? You'd recognise him.
Yeah. I think again, rugby is trying to do more. I think there's the RPA, the Rugby Players Association. Not this. I bet it's almost been seen as a little bit too commercial in a way, and they're not supporting them in the right way. So there is some spin-offs. I know the Rugby World Cup, the blokes who won the Rugby World Cup, they've done a few things on TV recently where they showed more about it. But I think even them, they're trying to come together more.
I think they need to.
Yeah, they've realised they just fade off.
I think you probably do have people that they turn around and say that was just a part of their life, and they're not that fussed. They've moved on. Some that gone into other jobs and things like that, and
Yeah,
you
but
know,
you can see the amount of pictures that you get sent to you. You send one your print out, and the amount of ex players that stand there in their house, get their missus to take a photo of them and send it back to you. That shows they appreciate what you're doing, and that they're still.
No, you don't see the message that I'll send them.
Send a picture.
I'll put something out.
Send a picture or you get it. But no, but they must appreciate it. Do you know what I mean? To still be recognised as, you know what I mean?
I do think, it's I'll go back to Julian Dix, like a couple of times we've been at Haybridge and he's quieting down after and everyone's having a beer and we're firing questions at him. But I always say to him, I'm like you're talking 30 years since you played for West Ham.
Yeah.
And like this event we're doing, it's going to be sold out like that without even really having to try and sell it. And I don't know, maybe again,
I'm
he
not
might...
a West Ham fan, but everyone knows Julian Dix is a legend.
yeah,
Isn't it?
yeah,
I just remember his penalties.
No, this is what I'm saying. Like, and I part of me
penalties.
thinks like even, and this is no disrespect to Haybridge or anything like that, but he's another one. He should be at the club at West Ham.
Yeah.
I know it's something you might not want to do, but on a match day, fucking get him around the pitch every game with the likes of Jeff Hurst and Trevor Brooklyn and these are serious legends of the club.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking the lads that have only played a few games, but it's just, I know he's in a different era and there's a lot of people that were like that. So
yeah, but the game's changed. He was at the start of the commercialisation of football, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So, hence he still has to earn a living. You know what I mean? People like him should have been set up. You know what I mean? They've earned their clubs enough money. They should have been set up. You know what I mean? But fair play to him, he does what he does. But like you say,
he obviously that's all he's known. He loves playing. He loves the game, but I just find it mad how he must think, I've got to go to South Woodham in a couple of weeks and talk in front of a load of people that are going to be standing there going, fucking hell, it's Julian Dix. And I still get that. He's the only person that if I ever see, I'll get nervous around him.
I did notice. That's
regardless
of
of
siding up, Alex.
No, and then
I'll send you that picture, Alex.
But he then spun round and he's like, "Oh, hello, mate," and I'm like, "Here we go. Who's seen that? Who's seen him say hello,
You're a
mate?"
stalker.
Like, all right, right.
But it works itself out. You love football. He loves obviously talking about.
Yeah.
If he thought you was a pest and an arsehole, he'd tell you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Have you been to the West Ham Legends Golf Day at Langdon Hills?
No, I don't play golf.
You can come and caddy.
Really?
Yeah.
How'd you do it?
Yeah, I went to it. I missed last year's one, but I went the year before. First
brilliant.
Response Site Services, who supports us. He's a member at Langdon, and they're all pals. Because the guy, I can't remember who's now. One of the ex-pros, his brother is the pro at Langdon Hills.
Oh, right, okay.
But yeah, so I went 2 years ago, and Tony Gow was there. He's funny and he talks. And Harewood come along. He was there. He turned up because he had his car. He does all car prints now. Then he does cars up. He turned up in the beast of a BMW. There was a number of them. I've got something in there. I'll try and find it after here. What sort of sign I've got from next day because they do it for like DT38. DT38.
Yeah. Dylan, who he had
testicular cancer. Yeah. The Australian guy, and his mum comes over, or I think she may even live here now, but she comes to it as well, and it's a fundraiser for that.
They'd done a documentary about him. I think it was TNT Sports.
Was it? Yeah, it's quite. I'd never at the time I didn't know about it, but I went to the day and since then looked. I went, Jesus, he's fucking pretty well celebrated because he was up and coming, wasn't he as well?
Yeah, I think, and obviously what it was, what it's about, and his mum's Tracy, and I've been at a couple of events that she's been at, and she's always raising awareness, and it's again, it's another one of them things. I don't really know people that well, but it'd be good if we could end up playing aside from them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Why not?
I'm a bit forward thinking with it, but I watched the documentary about him. Funnily enough, it was the day after the charity game. My wife had taken my son out, and I was proper overwhelmed with everything. I sat and watched this documentary, and I just sat and cried my eyes out.
Yeah.
About just the response that we had from the charity day and watching that, and I was just like, bloody hell, like, at the time I was just like, bloody hell.
You had to come down from, you put a lot into it, mate. But now breathe.
But also this is another thing about, I don't want to have to put pressure on Nick with events that, the day after, it's all said and done and he's just sitting on his own and, you know what I mean? We spoke about it last week, and I said about me messaging him, and I always want to say, "Oh, how you go?" Like, I don't want him to not not say I'm not thinking of it, wasn't it? Do you
Yeah,
remember I was saying
it's
it? It's like,
I know you don't sometimes don't know how to approach contact.
I
you don't want to be. I know.
Don't have a conversation and not ask you how you're feeling. But then on the flip side of it, I think you probably whoever you see is going to ask. That's going to be the first thing they ask you. So that's
first thing you asked.
The events we've been doing. We had the cinema thing the other week. We hired Everyman Cinema in London, and Alex, with all the footage we've got from the last 5-6 years, or 3 years, really, isn't it? Of what he's captured. We just put into a highlights reel.
Brilliant.
And then got testimonies from people who've been on the events and enjoyed it and got their feedback and said how it's helped them. And then with it as well, I then spoke about our story from the start, a bit of my story from the start to the finish. Hired Everyman Cinema. It was cheaper to hire Everyman Cinema at Liverpool Street than it was hire just a standard venue in the city to put a breakfast on. It was fucking bonkers.
Crazy.
So I said to them, we had 3 hours of the cinema screen. So we made a good trip. We went up there, we done a bit of talking, a few panel speakers and stuff, and it was really good. But then as soon as it finishes, the event, you have that big hype in it for the event. It finishes and was like, buzzing for it. I don't get it anymore. I'm like, no, on my head I'm thinking, what's next? What's next?
Yeah.
What's next? Because it's
you
always
planning.
Do you know, I've got one that's always chipping at the back of my head, and some lads in Woodham done it actually. So we're gonna hopefully play them. They're putting on a 5-a-side tournament at Swifts on the 21st of June.
I was a draw for that last week.
Lee Blowers. I didn't know personally, but I know a few of the lads, and unfortunately passed away a few years ago. So they've done like quiz nights, all charity events, and then they donate to, I think, where he was in care or something like that. And
fair play.
They visited every football club. So they done the 92.
You have said about that,
92 in 92.
Yeah.
There's something at the back of my head.
92 days.
No, 92 hours.
Hell.
I've got no, and I think by the sounds of it, they were literally like, especially around London, they were like running to like, and there's something at the back of my head. I spoke to you about it, didn't I? And I was like, I tried to do a bit of a route, and even going from here to like Bristol, you'd only cover like 11 clubs, and it'd take like 8 hours.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, I've got no. To be honest, but I think that I said to Nick, I think if you got the right sort of support on social media and things like that, it could be massive.
Yeah.
But on the other flip side of it, if you do it, and
no one knows about it.
No, this is what I'm saying. Like the walk your sister done, the charity game and all that, where we've raised a good bit of money. On the flip side of it, you think actually, it's just as good doing it as local. But I also think that could be something.
If you can get like one of the pros behind it, someone.
Well,
or just push the PR of it.
That's the thing. You get some people to meet you outside the ground that they played for, and try and nick a signed shirt from every ground, and then raffle them off or auction them off. And it's something at the back of my head that's always just going.
We've done we done a walk of the Premiership clubs in London.
Yeah, I see that
a few years ago. 40 miles. It was a fucking tough gig walking. We started at Crystal Palace and then went to Fulham or Chelsea, Fulham, then to Brentford.
Was it overnight you did that?
We started early in the morning.
Right.
No, we did do an overnight one. The BBC programme one got the overnight one. We started at Twickenham at midnight. Till 10 in the morning.
That's it.
So we went to Brentford and Brentford over to... Because I left it because I think the season before that, Watford were in the league. And I was like, fuck. I said, and I looked at them about to be relegated. I went, wait till season's over. And I think Brentford might have come up or something like that. It was going outside the M25, or right, it was pushing a bit further out, wasn't it? Where their ground was. I was like, that really it makes the day a bit harder. And then we went over to Arsenal, and then to Tottenham, then to West Ham, finished at West Ham. Yeah. But it was good crack. Just get the pictures outside the stadium, really.
That's what I think.
It was just a little bit of something to it, not just a standard walk.
If you could get 4 lads, get a motor and crack on.
Yeah, a bit like the in-betweeners.
Yeah, I think you are. It's going to be no. Oh yeah, we're in a hotel tonight having a few beers. I literally think you've got no.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even know how you'd map it out in truth, but
you almost want to do it as a Top Gear challenge. You got to buy a car.
That's what I'm saying.
A car when the year West Ham won the FA Cup or something.
Yeah.
There won't be any of them in existence now, mate. I don't think. But, unfortunately, I'm not going to be one that's going to be doing like a marathon a day like some of these boys do for him. But if we can keep it ticking over, it'll keep your spirits high. I know he's come to terms with stuff, and but it's it just proves how much support's around as well.
It's a figuring out the rally. We done a rally last year. As I started last year, we went through. We visited a number of building sites, basically construction sites. We put out LinkedIn, and a few people said, "Yeah, if you're going to come drop in And we did it. There's an exhibition in May, UK Construction Week, and we kind of done it to promote their exhibition. They donated a bit of money that way, and we went out we literally went from here to in 3 days. We went and we've done 12 hours of driving, 12 to 14 hours of driving each day, 500 miles a day, and it was from here to we went straight up to Leeds to Newcastle to Edinburgh.
Wow.
Edinburgh up to Inverness to John O'Groats. So we're right at the top. Yeah, we got to Edinburgh on day one, then went from Edinburgh up to Inverness, John O'Groats, didn't we? Inverness, John O'Groats, and back down, like just heading back towards Glasgow on day 2. And then on day 3, we went from it was north of Glasgow, just literally in the Highlands, and then we went all the way down to Liverpool, and then went from Liverpool to Birmingham to London home in 3 days. And it's fucking hackering. But
that
sounds like life in a
amazing.
mastic man.
But with it as well, like we went up, and it was unbelievable. We done too much driving, but we know now that you do that, and based on 8 hours, because we were at the Lake District, and it was unbelievable. We didn't get much time to see it and enjoy it.
Yeah.
In the morning, we'd get up and get in the car before the sun come up, and you could see in the glistening of the stars of just this massive lake, and we're like, fuck, it'd be nice to be just for a couple of hours, and just have a bit of breakfast. Sun's going to come up, but we were in a rush to kind of get back. But it was a great way. We're going to do down to Land's End next to go south.
Well, listen, I'll volunteer to be a driver.
Yeah,
because I can't walk far. Right,
Yeah.
and it's weird, right, and this is sad.
Yeah.
I get enjoyment out of driving my car,
Yeah.
right, because I don't get out as much as I can, but not as much as I put. It's good to get out.
Yeah.
And I can't walk that far, but getting out is good.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And seriously, I just drive. So if anyone sees that happy bloke with cancer driving around, with a big smile on his face,
it's just-
Oh, there you go. You can be a driver for the 92 and
I would
92,
do that,
mate.
but
Yeah.
listen, I would love to
We're
do
gonna
that.
do
I
it.
would
We're gonna find-
seriously,
yeah.
I'll be your driver or
And it's-
co-driver. I'd love to.
It's
do
even
that.
funny to stop at the service garages and see how the language changes. Or the
Yeah.
accent.
and what they
doesn't
call a
it? Yeah.
bun or a bat and a barn and all them things. I want a bacon roller.
Yeah. You
it's-
get past Watford Gate, it's Greg's just
Yeah.
everywhere. Yeah. But then when there was one Scotland had Greg's drive-throughs. They now bring them to England, but up in Scotland they had quite a few then. And then there was one similar to a Greg's, it was a rival. And they done some special fucking haggis rolls and all sorts. And it was they were good. One of the boys parked across 2 spaces in the morning. There was no one in this car parking space whatsoever.
I didn't get ticket.
And that this guy's come in behind afterwards in his overalls, and he looked like a tough fucking Highland fucking farmer guy, and he's off his tractor, and he's obviously cottoned our accent. And then there was like 9 of us, 2 or 3 girls, the rest of the blokes, and he just literally was like, "Who's fucking van in his Scottish accent? Who's that?
Really?
Is that you part of that there?" Just didn't like it. And I was thinking to the boys, I bet he comes here every morning of his life.
That's his spot.
Yeah,
That's his spot.
That's his
Yeah.
spot.
And not only have you
You've upset
taken
him.
it, he's noticed it's a bunch of Londoners have come up here in a fucking van. Yeah, and we just went, "Okay, yeah, we're moving. Sorry, mate." I'm not here for trouble, but yeah, he didn't care.
In fairness, I've got 3 days up there. I'm going to Glasgow Monday for a show for work.
Yeah.
Got 3 days 3 nights in Glasgow. So
Yeah,
He's leaving his West Ham shirts at
that's
home.
going to be. Well, they'll have Frank McAvenny up there, don't they? So
happy days.
you talk to the right people. But yeah, he's great. My brother-in-law lives up north now, and we went and met him in Newcastle last year. And you say about that, but going back to the Greg, it seemed like there was a Greg's every other shop in Newcastle was a Greg's. I'd have my money. That's probably
That's probably
the
where they
place.
started, isn't it?
I reckon
It
they've
is
got
up
to have
north.
the most.
It was
Alex,
a
Google it.
baker's.
The most amount of Greg's city-wise is in Newcastle.
Oh, was it really? It
Yeah.
was like literally pub, bookies, Greg's.
Yeah.
Can't go far wrong, really.
No, I
can
mean,
you? Yeah, I mean,
we were up there for a couple
I mean?
of days on the piss, so it was like, but yeah, everywhere you went, it was like, I've either gone the wrong way again, or there's another fucking Greg's here.
And it's brilliant because you don't break a fiver either. You
No.
manage to go and bake them on a cup of tea. It's
Yeah,
just,
happy days.
you
But,
can see why it does well.
No,
London's-
fair play, yeah.
yeah.
It's, but yeah, that's something that.
Well, we're gonna have to plan it
You
then.
know.
A rally for you, Nick.
Yeah, no, seriously, I'd
Yeah.
love to do that. Again, it's not helping out. Just being part of it is what you do is
We have
amazing.
to look at West Ham. Got like Exeter in a pre-season match or something like down in Exeter, and we can have a little road trip down there.
Bloody hell.
Superb.
Yeah,
Get
that'd
us
be good.
out.
There's
Yeah,
got to
that'd
be,
good.
there's got to be some kind of something we can do. Like say, it's putting around a theme in it, to something to make it a challenge.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, anyway, Southend would be playing around them sort of areas, wouldn't they, as well?
Yeah.
Keeping the Southend theme. That would have been where I was saying about the 92 and 92. It's obviously Football League club, so it would have been, Southend would have been the 93rd.
Yeah.
On the proviso that that's where everyone meets. But yeah, that's another.
That's a long stop.
What do you do for work, Reece? Aside from,
So I work for a company that make printed circuit boards.
oh dear, okay, yeah,
Yeah,
cool.
so obviously come out of the sports trade. Had no idea what I wanted to do. In truth, I had my best job when I was 15 to 25.
Yeah, so for the
26.
viewer, what was first in soccer school? Sorry, first in sports, then become RB
Yeah.
Sports.
RB Sports,
And Reece took it over.
And yeah, I come out of the sports trade, and there was someone we used to both know offered me a job, but I also thought, you know, when you've done it for yourself,
Yeah,
you don't want to go back into that. And I had no idea what I wanted to do. So luckily enough, Dave Morgan,
yeah.
he was working for a company that were doing a bit of asbestos and demo work. So I used to go down to Brighton. The total change, getting up at like 4:45,
Yeah.
getting in the back of a van, driving down to Brighton because it was cheaper to get a van, chuck 5 of us in it, then stay down there.
Yeah.
And we'd come back every day. I'd done it for
Every
8 months.
day.
Yeah, 8 months.
Wow.
But because I'd never seen that,
It's a good life.
the crack
Oh,
was
yeah.
like,
It's a good life.
you know, you had like Dave's obviously I'm going back, this was, blimey, so yeah, I would have only been mid-20s, but there was a couple of older lads who were proper old school. One of them, this fella, he was unbelievable. But it was nice just to go work and not have any stress.
Yeah.
You know, Nick could tell you straight away.
It's getting paid. It's going to work doing a day's work and getting paid for it.
Like in the sports game, regardless of whether you're busy or you're not busy, you'll always go for a beer after work. You'll always see someone that'll be, oh, have you got this or you got that, or can you get me this? So it was nice just to be able to have that break. But I couldn't, for about 2 months, I just couldn't, that finished, I just couldn't get a job, and probably because I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
Luckily enough, like one of my best mates, he said to me, well, I might be able to get you at this company. And that was 16 years ago, 16 years ago.
Oh, you're still the same company, yes.
Yeah, so I'm doing sales now, so that's like next week's a show.
Yep.
Um,
Exhibitions and stuff like that.
yeah. So it's another one of them things. Like, bearing in mind, it's based in Woodham for the companies that we supply and things like that. It's crazy. Like, we're nice and busy. People I work with are quality. So,
Did you come across Rico much?
no. The only time we've been down there have been for an exhibition at the Rico Arena at Coventry. And that was it. So, that's where I'm at. So,
Oh, superb.
yeah.
I see Dave actually the other day. He didn't see me, but he works for Fens now, the Fen contracts, and Chris Fearbold, and he was on the A13, and I saw this van that he was driving, an old Ford Transit, classic, the Ford Connect one, the first Connect.
Yeah.
And I messaged Chris Fearbold, I went, that fucking thing's still going.
Yeah.
And then he messaged me back saying, it's the heart of the fleet. You know, he told me. And I said, you've definitely got to get ULEZ on that, because it's just gone through in 1025.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, it's actually been, I'm going to read you the message actually, because it's a funny message. I always do this and it sounds shit when I get my phone out, but the way he put it on, I said to him, who is Fearbold, where is he? So I sent a picture of it. The Connect's still going. He put pride of the fleet, captained today by David Morgan. There's a picture of it, literally just on the
Again, I've got a story about Dave Morgan.
2008. That is.
When my Billy was
Wow.
born 32 years ago, Dave Morgan bought him a West Ham bib. Never forget, bought him. His mum and dad obviously been in the shop. And Dave, how old would Dave have been there? 33 years. 10. So, little Dave brought us in. It's a little present from my boy. I'll never forget that. Little things like that, you don't forget.
Good boxer.
Always thought he was Ian Bishop, had Ian Bishop haircut. Long hair.
Yeah.
And we went, I remember going to West Ham once, and this was before we could drink. So we'd go and hang about out the front where the players turned up. Bish turned up and he went, oh, Bish, he goes, do you remember me? I used to have long hair, and Bish was like, fuck off, mate. It's another one of things. I just remember that about him, and he literally just went, fuck off, mate. Dave obviously had like, I think he might even have had like a cropped haircut at the time. And he just went, do you like, I used to have long hair, do you remember, mate? The guy's an absolute legend, mate. Yeah, good, like, great. And again, what he's involved in now with Dave Wood and their boxing.
I'm catching up with Dave next week, I think.
Yeah,
we'll go down
boxing
to
academy.
We want to see what we can
like,
do. Yeah,
brilliant.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? That's another thing that it should be, and I think it will be very well supported in the town.
We've got 2 spin bikes to take down there for them.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
So we've got 2 Pelotons that we use on an event last year. What we paid for now. There's one's in his garage and one's in Craig, business partner, and they're just not using them. So
Yeah.
I said to Dave, we'll bring them down. You can have them for your gym.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
If you
That's
ever need
brilliant.
them, yeah, just because get some use out of
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I'm glad because Dave's gone at that now, hasn't he? He's been saying for years, and
Yeah.
Dave Wood,
Yeah.
as in, I'm going to go to
It's-
that boxing club.
I think it's like anything, mate. You know, you've got to have a bit of balls about you to do it. You know, and you think, oh yeah, I know what's what, and you know, when the opportunity arose when Nick was finishing, and I thought, yeah, I know this. I was like 21.
Yeah,
When I look back on it now,
I
I
was
think,
young,
like,
doing
21, like shit, like.
yeah, isn't it?
No, like you know
Yeah.
what I mean, like, and you think you know it all, and you don't. That's
Yeah.
right. That's the first thing. You know, you're very naive with stuff, but for something that he's so involved in and really likes, yeah, good luck to him.
Yeah.
Absolutely good luck to him.
Dave Morgan, I remember going to Circus Tavern to watch him fight at the boxing because he's a cracking boxer.
He was good.
Yeah, I didn't realise he was, and he was fighting, and he. Oh, I'd never been to Circus Tavern before. Never been since it. Yeah, I was scared shitless that night. Not gonna lie.
What,
And
from
it-
the strippers?
but-
Yeah, I was going to say, everyone gets drawn upstairs, doesn't they?
Oh, mate.
And we've gone there, and it was like because Dave sold all these tickets to his crowd, so they're in one area. That bloke sold it to his, so it's so
Yeah.
fucking territorial.
yeah,
and
yeah.
you could feel it. The toilets was like a fucking just powder everywhere.
Yeah.
I was like,
gonna say,
Christ,
yeah.
this is terrifying. And I went there. I drove up as well. So I drove. I was a designated driver, and I've gone up there, and Dave was fighting this guy, and this guy took his shirt off, and I even think everyone on Dave's side went, "Oh my god, he's going to kill him," because Dave wasn't like massive
Yeah, no.
physique, was he? But he was fit. And then fucking this fella took it off, and he just looked ripped to shreds. And we're like, this geezer's going to kill Dave. But the geezer was a cage fighter, done a bit of cage fighting.
Oh,
And he
right,
thought
okay.
he could box as well, but he didn't really know how to box that well. And Dave just
Dave
literally
knocked him
like, yeah, kept him going for the first round, just kept him at bay. And then I think the next two, I think it was 2 or 3 rounds, how many rounds it was, yeah, he just boxed him up, and the guy didn't know what to do. And it was like,
Happy
But
days.
at the first,
Happy
he took a
days.
shot, he was like, ah!
He ended up fighting at Your Call, Dave.
Did he? Yeah.
So like as a,
Brilliant.
you know,
Yeah.
that's a good venue to fight at. isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, fair play. Yeah, but you know, fair play to him. Dave Wood. I remember him having a few fights and all.
Yeah.
That's going back to Dave. That's probably why he was a goalkeeper, because he's a bit mental.
Well, my brother's football team, what he did, he had Dave Wood and Dave Radley in centre midfield.
Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah.
Bloody hell.
And then my brother was at centre back. And then,
Didn't have a lot to do.
So yeah, fair play. Like anyone that tries stuff like that, and you
Yeah.
just hope they get the backing of.
That's it, yeah.
Because people
Yeah.
put a lot of stuff on the line for that.
Yeah.
You know, it's a tough old gig. It's a tough old gig, whatever you do. But yeah, hopefully, yeah, good luck to him.
And that's it, it's keep the energy going, isn't it?
Yeah.
Keep the energy, keep momentum going. Because it's fucking tough, isn't it? We look at the high streets, we said in South
Yeah,
town
yeah.
centres and that. It's
Yeah.
just so tough, isn't it? And
Yeah,
everything
I
goes
think the
online.
thing is, them days are gone, aren't they? Now with online, I certainly missed it by a couple of years, but you know, you'd always have like people browsing and things like that, and you know, you
Yeah.
don't. The mad thing is, we moan about it as a collective, not just Woodham, but in general. But we could sit here now and just go, yeah, I've just ordered something to get tomorrow.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're all guilty of it. aren't we?
Yeah, no,
100%.
Do
exactly.
you know what I mean? It's I'd never knock anyone that would want to go to Chelmsford to get something out of a sports shop, or
Yeah.
you know, the people that would support your local. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's just
Little boy Benji came to town today to get his hair cut, and then we said to him, get your hair cut, if you're good, we'll take you to WH Smith to get some Pokemon cards. And they didn't have any in there. So he was upset. Don't worry, mate, he'll be here by the time you get out of school tomorrow. And like, just
Yeah,
order,
that's it,
order
yeah.
online, bang,
Yeah.
done. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
the high street's not delivered it,
Yeah,
so we
no.
just got it sorted out.
it's a
But-
shame, because people can do that out of bedrooms, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean. You haven't got to spend the expense on rates, and
yeah.
but the crack that we used to have, you know, and
Yeah, that is that,
unbelievable,
yeah.
unbelievable,
I bet it's some funny stories up there.
like
Yeah.
unbelievable, especially going out of coming from school.
Who
like,
else did you have working there? There was another
there
guy
was,
once.
Ben Hammond, James.
best looking
they-
geezer?
they
He was
were-
best looking geezer in Woodham at one point.
Yeah, he was good. James Lusher worked there. Toby Margits worked there. Come on, help me out.
Jamie Fish, did he
Jamie
ever do
Fish,
Woodham?
James Fisher and Matthew Fisher.
My brother done work experience with it, didn't he? I think he did work
I think he
experience.
did.
That
What
rings
year-
a bell. I've
what year
completely
was your
forgot
brother?
that. Brother's a year above Reece.
I don't know.
82.
Yeah, it would have been
That's right.
90. He would have left in 98.
I think he done work experience with you.
I don't know.
Does ring a bell.
You have to
Yeah.
fact check, Alex.
Yeah. Wikipedia. Thurston
Another one,
Sports.
yeah, look, another one. Another one.
Yeah. Thurston Sports Wikipedia. Paul Kerslake, 92 work experience.
But that's how I went in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I said-
Reece was the first work experience success story. Coming did work experience, and we had a crack. We got on. I've known him through the soccer schools anyway, and then he left school and I gave him a job. That was
Yeah.
it. So, and that was, you know what I mean, corrupted him ever since. You know what I mean?
Yeah, brilliant. Without being sentimental about stuff and things like that, and that's part of why I wanted to do it, because apart from my mum and dad, I haven't got a big family.
Yeah.
In terms of like influence on my life,
Yeah.
Nick would be right up there.
Yeah.
You know, and that's
Cheers,
without
Ross.
sound. No, but that's without, you know, a lot of good things, a few bad things. But yeah, it's, you know, people that I got put in touch with and things like that, and it's, you know, that's what certainly from me leaving school. Yes, it was going to work in somewhere in Woodham in a sports shop, but we had such a good crack.
More than that, wasn't it?
It was just
Such a good crack, mate.
Yeah, because we weren't busy all the time.
No, but it's, you know, it weren't. And you're right, going from the soccer schools, like I found a photo the other day that I sent Nick from when we used to have our trophy nights at Woodham Athletic, and they used to get they get a pro down, wouldn't they? And there's a photo of like
Soppy bollocks doing it.
Yeah, but we had Dean Austin, was he at Southend?
Yeah,
Dean Austin?
he was at Southend.
Austin,
Yeah.
I think Lee Bowyer come down one year.
Dean Austin go QPR. I think another Austin that was recently.
Yeah,
Charlie
no,
Austin.
Charlie Austin. Yeah.
So yeah, it was just a weird. I remember just saying, "Oh, work experience. Yeah, can I do it?" And then used to do the odd Saturday as well.
Yeah.
When you had Upminster as well.
Yeah.
Go to Upminster.
My dad's just moved. Obviously, they've emigrated, but he just gave a massive. My sisters took all the photos from their place back to hers. I think so I have to go through some because there must be some Thurston soccer school
There's
stuff.
got to be some soccer.
you know-
the one with your
Yeah.
brother in the kit.
Yeah.
The Thurston Sports.
Do you know what that one that I've put online? Again, this is another thing that when I think about it, I think bloody hell. But my dad would always take photos of the football teams that I played for.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm going through it now with Albert. He's just started playing football.
Yeah.
And again, this was a COVID thing. And he went, look at all these. And he had from like when I was 6, maybe, to, blimey, I reckon about 20. I was playing a team photo.
Yep.
And I was going through people. And I was like, bloody hell. Like, and that one at the soccer school turned up. And it's even with that, it's random to look at it. But again, since that, I've had people. Like I know I touched on it when we done the radio thing, but the lad who plays at QPR, it's not funny talking about QPR, Morgan Fox, who's pro at QPR.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And he sent me a lovely, I was talking to his dad, and he sent me a lovely message on Twitter and said, because I said to him, can you ask him to play? Bearing in mind, like, he plays like pro and he's in like the championship, but he was like, oh, unfortunately, but he was like, if you ever want anything, and then so I replied, and she says, really good of you, mate. And then 2 days later, he sent me a photo of him in a West Ham kit with his trophy.
Amazing.
And since then, I've had half a dozen people go, I was round my mum and dad's. Look what I've got. And my dad has got a box of my trophies, which I keep saying to him, can you sort out?
Yeah.
And I'm hoping, because I've done the double one, I've done pens and skills.
Yeah.
Couldn't have been a lot of people on that one, because we had some good, especially the skills. There was a lot of good players at the time. But even things like that, they're the things that people look at it and they'll go, bloody hell. Like they genuinely were. I know they still do now, but they were so good. Like the week and the people you got to know, the stories. And that was what you look forward to. I remember like saying to my mum, like if we went away in August, I'd be like, you can't go then. It's usually like the second week in August.
Yeah.
And then obviously we'd always do Whitsun, and then you bought Easter in and all.
Yeah.
And it's just the lads that you used to knock about with.
So
and-
good, isn't it? Yeah.
But it's
You know.
it's the old the community, but it's the sounding corny, the power of the sport, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're
But
friends with.
honestly, I gave up going to play for Woodham Athletic. They had a 5-a-side tournament on the same day as the penalty shootout. And I said, I'm in the finals. I ain't going to 5-a-side. And Woodham Athletic kicked me out. They'd
Serious?
Yeah. Brian Vincent actually come
Oh,
round.
really?
Yeah. He said if he ain't going to turn up, he hasn't turned up to the games, hey, but he's been all right to go to Thurston Soccer School. And then with Dad and Brian, so Jeff was it this morning, wasn't it?
I thought it might have been Sharp. I thought it might have been Sharpie's old man, Mike Sharp, and he would have been like, yeah, right out.
And it was on my birthday and all.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And Brian said, I'm not having that. If he's not going to turn up to play for the team, we don't want him. So my dad went, here's his kit, fucking stick it. And then I was there with my fucking penalty shootout trophy in the background.
No, but that's that was
Best
the-
memories, though, isn't it? It's
It
a
meant more
lovely
to me,
thing.
yeah. The first, so good. It's just round the corner.
Mate, the World Cups used to bug me because I'd never get far in them, ever. Never get out of group stage.
Yeah.
The older I was getting, because you always had like,
We mixed them up.
you were
didn't
the
we?
older person,
Yeah.
weren't you? And when, never got far in them.
I did. I'd love to. I did have all the trophies. I don't know what's happened to now because I had them all. I did all right over the years. Yeah, I did quite well.
It was just a brilliant time.
Yeah, this
You know
is
what I
the
mean?
picture.
It's-
I'm going to do it again now, going back to it, but it's worth it. Our FC, I showed you actually, I think, as you went at the car park last time. So that on our Construction Sport FC page, the football there, that was Nick Thurston.
Yeah, that's it. The old one.
Max.
What a ball. But that was it. When you got that ball at the start of the week and you
Oh,
put your
yeah,
name on
yeah,
it,
but
didn't you?
again,
You got given a ball.
I'd say
We used to test drive the balls. We because you can get some cheap crap.
Yeah.
And like there's some Sondico ones we used to buy, and they were like, I can't give them to they're crap. I wouldn't kick one. You know what I mean? So we used to test drive the balls, and then me and Reece would be in the shop on the morning of the socks, pumping them up.
Yeah.
It was
How many kids would be there?
we used to have between 70 and 120.
Yeah,
so about 100 really.
A few vans of balls.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, mate. Having a pump. That was one of my first things. It was like, can you pump them up? I was like,
Yeah.
now they'd just be
Just
like
chuck them all in the back of the motor.
Yeah.
Now it'd be all electric, wouldn't it? And
Been
like,
an
you know,
app. Been app for
yeah.
you might. I don't know if you would have been too young for it or not, Steve. But even like things like portable goals never really existed when we were there. You used to bring out the main goal outside the clubhouse, the full size one.
That was the penalty
like,
shootout.
Yeah.
there.
And if you were lucky, I remember us having a game against the coaches, and there was like 800 kids. It felt like 800
was
kids, and
always a good game.
it was obviously yourself. It was Tubbs was in goal. Jonesy would have been there, and even with that, and you're like, but I remember that just having one goal where. Obviously now you got all the portable goals.
Yeah.
And
So they got those goals coming. So I think we started in the World Cup. We
Yeah,
started having them.
yeah, we
for
did
it.
have
Yeah.
them. We did have them in the end, didn't we?
yeah. I just the
Yeah.
first few times I think it was
it
jumpers
just-
for goalposts.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
or
yeah.
sticks or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then when the soccer schools ended, I ended up donating or giving them to Chris Firminger when he set up.
Yeah.
Focus.
Really?
Yeah. That was in my garage. And I said, like,
Samba
Chris-
goals, wasn't
Yeah,
there?
yeah.
That's it. Yeah, Sam. Yeah, cool. Yeah, Sam. Yeah, it's and part of me. I got something through Albert School the other day about they do one, I think, at Elmwood, and I said to my wife, I was like, I want him to do something like that
Yeah.
because that's more so than keep him.
Yestin runs one.
Yeah, it might be his
that
one then.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
like as I say, the memories we had, mate. Like,
yeah.
and there was kids you wouldn't. Obviously, there was a lot of people from out of Woodham.
Yeah.
That used to be at like East Anningfield schools and things like that would turn up. You wouldn't see them for months, and they'd be back at the soccer school,
Yeah.
and you know,
I'll have him.
But it does. It makes friends. Like even my Maddie, she used to come to soccer schools, and she got friends with two twins, Amy and Christy, and they're lifelong friends now.
Yeah.
And Christy's coming back. Amy's coming back from Australia for Maddie's wedding.
I went in the goalkeeper one year, and I was in with Sam Sharp. And
Oh,
Sam's
yeah.
2 or 3 years younger than me, I think. But that's where I first met Sam. But then I think in that one as well, Leon Gateson was in there as well. Year by me.
Was that Tubbsy doing the coaching?
Can't remember that one. Yeah,
Yeah, it would have been, I would think.
Would it? Yeah. So as the goal, and then but then I went and Luke Newman, who's one of Leon
Yeah.
Gates' mate,
Yeah.
Chris Evans. And those three actually, we had such a laugh that way, and I think we remained friends in the rest of our lives. Like they're all a year above me at school, but helped me when we went with ED. So
Yeah.
Bigger
boys.
Yeah.
No, but
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
that
might need you.
No, you're right with that. I think
Yeah.
that's another one of them things when you went to secondary school that you would end up knowing people.
And it helped. Yeah.
There was a lad I ended up being in the same tutor group as him called Andy Bennett, and he used to go to the soccer schools.
Well, yeah, no, you say
So you always knew-
yeah, because you mix up the World
Yeah,
Cup
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
the team,
And obviously
someone's got your back.
At
Yeah.
football clubs at the time, it was only radars and athletics. So
Yeah,
when you went to secondary school, it was like bloody hell. Like, oh yeah, I remember you playing
yeah.
footy, and yeah, it's quite like. But yeah, that's what I was saying. So I hope like my Albert that he wants to do it. He's getting there with the football and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
he's certainly got more pace than I have already. But
Can't take a penalty though. Yeah, that's the same.
well, no, to be fair,
He's
he's
right.
he's getting there. But it's again with that, I'm not. I see it already, and I'm deflecting it. But for the level that he's at, some people do take it rather serious.
For the level
Yeah.
that any of them are at, they would take it.
I'm
seriously.
don't get me wrong, I'm mega football and can be not so much now, but used to be very, it would dictate my weekends and things like that. And I look here and I think, bloody hell, like
I don't think I'll be able to handle it.
give the kids half a chance. Give the kids half a
Yeah.
chance. Like
Yeah.
someone approached me about helping Albert's team, and I've done a bit of coaching and ref the game for them. But I want him to have a different perspective from other people instead of me saying, get a ball and shoot.
Yeah.
But some of it I'm like, bloody hell.
It's scary now, though. So people want. When I think I said to you before, my first I was £27.50 a week, £35 a week,
Yeah.
and then my
money
first
side,
pro
right?
contract was £75 a week.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not being funny.
Isn't it? Yeah.
A 5-year-old's probably getting more than that.
So they play over Purley, the football pitch over there, and you can hear it going off on a weekend.
It's just
a noise.
it's unnecessary.
Fucking
It's
hell.
unnecessary. And people need to get a bit realistic. The percentages are minimal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, let the kid enjoy their football, and that's what we did. We started suffering at the end of the soccer schools. Chelsea come into the town, didn't they? And they'd be, I'm not going to Thurston Sports. I've got a chance to play with Chelsea. Yeah, good luck with
It's
that.
not. It's just been brand.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one. It's nothing really to do with Chelsea.
Yeah.
But the parents that are sending their kids there don't really want their kids to enjoy themselves.
Yeah.
It sounds like I'm trying to sell us another soccer school. It's not happening. But what I'm saying is, we did it for fun, and the kid, thankfully,
The thing
we
is,
all
mate,
enjoyed it.
in your defence, like you got a lad who plays now in the Championship who's
Yeah.
can still say that. I say like Morgan Fox, who can send me a photo of him being at soccer school.
Yeah.
Like,
I said that
there's
to you.
not a
didn't
lot of. I remember there being a
I?
lad.
Got to give a shout out to his brother as well.
Oh,
Actually,
yeah,
I think he's
yeah.
just won a bloody, what's that, the music awards that have just been on.
Brits.
I think he's just won a Brit, his brother.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, fair play.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure he has. He's in the band. He's a good singer.
It's one of those annoying families that just got talent.
They're just a nice family, though. No, but again, it's the old chestnut. They're a nice family.
Yeah.
It's just that old chestnut of nice people.
Yeah.
You'd like to think nice things come to nice people, don't you? You know what I mean?
100%.
It'd be different if his dad's an arsehole. No, they're just nice people. And then you go
Fair play.
crack on. Morgan, good luck. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You
But
know
that's what I'm
I mean?
saying. You've had people that have gone on to be professional. Remember, there was a couple of lads. I don't know if they were brothers. I said to you, he was at Chelsea. Something. George Cole, was it? George Cole.
Was it? You said that to me.
Yeah,
I used
I'd have
to
to have a look. But
I
he-
did his birthday. I
think he
used
lived
to do
in
birthday
Wickford or
parties.
something like
Yeah,
that.
they
But
did live in Wickford.
he played for Chelsea. I don't think he played in the first team, but
Wow.
James Harper obviously.
James Arthur played in the
ended up
Premiership for
being
Reading.
Prem. That's what I'm saying. Like the likes of Crossy.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of people that played even non so that thing they're saying about Chelsea and all that. He's the individual, but that's all where they've come from.
Mhm.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You're not,
100%.
and it's the enjoyment part of it.
We enjoyed doing it, and the coaches enjoyed doing it. We
It
had-
obviously rubbed off on everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Everyone
mean,
had a bit of it. Such a
the
laugh.
game against the kids at the end of the week was always pandemonium and good. You know what I mean?
The thing is, I think as well, then it's probably like it was just relaxed, wasn't it? You know,
Yeah,
like, you're looking after all. I remember being out. You remember the?
It's like a closing party.
Do you remember opposite One Stop? Used to have a. It was like a dairy.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was.
And he had
Yeah,
a
yeah.
speedboat
Yeah.
always in the next
Yeah,
part
yeah,
of it,
yeah.
wasn't it?
We used to get a CD rolls there before we used to go to Spa.
No, but you used to be able to go down there at lunch and get like ice poles and all.
Yeah.
You think, can you imagine trying to do that now
Yeah.
with like the rut? You'd be.
People would be
Bearing in
complaining.
mind,
about it.
what was there, 6 of you?
Yeah,
maybe?
yeah.
So, you know, now it's probably a bit too, you know, I remember,
Too many regulations, probably
Yeah.
too many regulations to do it how we did it. back
outside
then.
influence, let's call it
Yeah.
that. People, you're
Yeah.
always going to have someone's going to moan about something. And,
On
you
the
know,
Facebook
but,
page.
Oh, yeah.
oh no, but that's what I'm saying. It can make and break you, can't it?
Yeah,
It's-
massively.
do you
Everyone
know
wants to
what I
throw
mean?
Yeah.
everyone under the bus, don't they?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
You know, like going back to my prints, like they've been really good, and it is no more than a hobby for me. But I've had people private messaging me going, "Oh, but you make so much money out of it. You should be donating it to charity." And I was like, "This is what I pay for it.
Well, yeah.
This is what I charge for it.
Yeah.
You got posted
Tell
in
Richard
that."
Branson that.
Yeah, I was
No,
gonna
but I was,
Yeah,
you know, when you're just like you feel like there are people that just want to
Yeah.
shoot you down with it, and
Yeah.
it's just like,
We had it probably towards the end of the year at the detail. Yeah, someone popped up literally annihilated something else related to us, and we're just going on it, like wanted to go. Hit national press and fucking
Really?
things. Yeah,
Really?
something did. Yeah, I said it off camera. I won't give it the time of day, but and guess what? 2 weeks ago, Steve had a really successful event, the cinema thing. Following on from last year, it's all under water under the bridge. Doing this, doing that. It'd be good to do this, do this. I thought, go fuck yourself.
exactly. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, a little bit busy at the moment. I'll speak to you when I can.
Yeah.
Left it at that.
yeah,
But
I just,
I
I,
thought,
don't-
I thought if I was outside, I'd smack you in the face.
it baffles me sometimes how some people are, you know,
Everyone wants their bit of fame. If it means to throw someone on the bus,
Yeah.
like, then fuck it, let's do
Yeah.
it. Yeah, and like you say,
Yeah.
it's just good people just do things for good
yeah,
reasons.
so, you know, it's with this, you know, it might not always be every month and things like that, but you're always going to have backing. But
30 years time, we'll be having a ex-players reunion for the.
That's
for
what I'm saying.
the
To
players
keep
it
it,
was.
keep it going.
walking
Like I
football,
say,
mate, I'll be well in a
Yeah.
walking football. Don't worry about
Shut
that.
up, big wheelchair
Oh,
football for you by then,
yeah,
mate.
yeah, don't know about
So there's
that.
plenty of games coming up. There's a few games coming up this year, isn't there? And it's
Yeah,
just gonna,
so obviously-
tick on over. We're going to get something in the fixture.
Yeah, we'll obviously get one sorted with yourselves. We've got another one with the Swifts boys in May.
Yep.
Got another one. A team reached out to us, Wandering Crows.
Yeah.
Cool.
See them.
In Brentwood. That's on a Sunday at Brentwood Town, so that'd be good. There's a couple of others that are probably looking for maybe May. Lee Hills who used to run Woodham Athletic and Malden. So it's like Ryan Cush's age group.
Cool. Yeah.
And yeah, more than
his son's Ryan Hills.
Yeah, that's it. So he reached out to me.
Perfect.
He's going to do something. I think he's either in accountancy or something like that. So he's going to try and tie something with his work. But mainly, without being too like, if you've got a team that is your mates, whether you're a proper team, you just want to do a good thing, give us a shout.
Yeah,
give you a shout, give me a shout. You're
on the gram now, aren't you? Instagram,
we've got like 50 lads on the WhatsApp.
Perfect.
100% be able to get 15, 16 out, whether they'll last.
That's the best bit though, isn't it?
One of them went in a warm-up. I'm going to shout him out, Sam. He could be my brother-in-law, Sam. He's like, he still plays. And he came up to me and he was like, I've just done about 5 yards running. He goes, I think I'm done already. I was like, mate, you're starting left wing, whether you like it or not, you're starting. And then he was like, right, I'm off. But they still paid their money. No moaning about it. And,
wicked.
You know.
It shows how fit they are. The referee in the first game, Sheehan's had a lung transplant. He's still fitter than most.
Yeah, he'll probably want to play.
Because again, he said some lovely words to me, and he would love to play. You know what I mean?
See what you know. We have to go on tour, and you have to drive the bus.
Oh, listen, I'm a good driver.
Mate, all of a sudden our WhatsApp would go from 50 to about 200 lads. It'd be like, lads, we're going right Magaluf first.
Mate,
it'd be like,
I can't get insurance to go there. All this crap.
I was at Radar.
Drops at the airport, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yes, wave us off.
Frog cabs, no business.
We played in a tournament out there. When I played for Sweethearts, we played in a tournament in Magaluf. It was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon on an AstroTurf at the hottest point of the day. Right? We had such a patched up side. Lush was there, Ben was there. And we played a side from Luton. They'd never been beaten. Somehow we beat them. And I think we even ended up winning it. But, mate, that was ridiculous. Getting in at like 6, 7 o'clock.
Then going and playing.
And then, like now I'm in bed by 9. But, if you mentioned abroad, Cordy,
we went to Cos on a lads' holiday when we was 18, 17 or 18, just off the back of school. And we had Nick Parker. Remember Nick Parker?
Yeah.
Sam Groves didn't country, but Nick was there. Danny Shurim was the goalkeeper.
Tall, wasn't he? Tall.
Always tall. Bottom 6'2". Myself, Lee Guest. We had Ash Cole, young Ash in my year. When we had a decent team, and we went we didn't go out to play football. But we was out there on a lads' holiday anyway. And the hotel owner was a fucking nutcase. He was like, I'm in a local 5-a-side team. We've never been beaten by any English people yet. We'll take you on. And we were like, right, we'll take you on. At the same time, but this guy's a fucking nutcase. And we'd seen him kicking a load of Northerners the night before. And we might let him win. But they literally but after 5-10 minutes, they knew the heat. They could play the heat. And we were like, fucking, God knows how many last night. And then they just run ring round us. But it was quite good. That was our.
I mean, again, fair play. Like that was the one that we went on. Like it was organised really well. They videoed every game. And you had a dedicated pub to go back to after.
Superb. And
they'd put the games on. So it was only 4 teams. But the funny thing was there was a couple of lads in my team who I still see now, and he chopped. There was a big black fella. He was like one of them where our kit clashed, and they were like, "We'll go skins," because he was so like it was literally like as if he'd had wire with he had muscles everywhere, and it was Mark Smith, and he chopped him in the first half, and when you're like, mate, what are you doing? And then, so we all got like friendly with him, and a couple of people were like, right, when we go back to the pub and they put the video on, when it comes up, that fella's going to jump up and go, fucking done this. And he done it, and mate, he was proper like, and we were like, no, we're joking. But that was, to be fair, it was a good crack, actually. It was a good crack.
Holland was the place to go to. Us on tour as well.
We done that. We done that as well with Woodham Athletic. The days when you used to be able to run a school disco, and turn out like $1,000.
Yeah.
I remember that we went to Holland. That was good.
I went to Holland with Herringate. Danny Gill played at Herringate. I ended up playing with them a bit. Yeah, good crack over there.
Yeah, we used to go to the Southend.
But the age group over there was like, if you're from 12 to under 19s, was all in one team. Like whoever's the superstars out of that age group.
Jesus.
So, and we were like, I think I was 12. Danny was 14, 2 years older. And then because of that, we then played against the under fucking 19s. And it was like 15-0, 16-0. That's just the way to do football. I was like, sure.
Yeah, I'm all for that. I will be going back to Albert's team. I'm like, obviously everything's WhatsApp now. I'm like, should we go down to Butlins or something? Like,
yeah. Take them to Holland.
You know what I mean? Oh, no, I ain't going all that way.
We just sponsored the hoodies for under 14, under 15s or 16s, Malden Rugby Club. They're going to Wales on a tour for a few
superb.
days. Yeah, so they got in touch.
Yeah,
So
that's what it's about. I mean, there's
Yeah.
one of the lads in who's been playing Tommy for us. He's Northern boy, Leeds boy, and he said to me, he goes, I might try and sort out where he used to play.
Yeah, cool.
And he was like, he said, I'll get my firm to sponsor a minibus.
Yeah.
Get a drive us up there. And he goes, we'll go up and play a game, have a night out up there. And I was like,
superb.
mate, that'd be like,
Yeah.
because you know, then there'll be so many lads that say they'll be like, yeah, I'll
The
go.
WhatsApp group will
Yeah,
grow.
I'll be playing for that. Well, yeah, we've got to take a big squad though,
Oh,
lads.
yeah.
Minibus and then end up one of them coaches with like 70 seats. And,
55
Jolly boys.
Yeah.
55 dads.
yeah, no, we'll end up like Jolly Boys.
15 kids and 55 dads.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah.
But, happy days, gents. Well, I think we touched on everything. Al, how's that for timing?
Wow, 45.
Oh, fucking hell, there we go.
Happy
Not bad,
days.
Perfect.
No, thank you for coming on, gents.
No, thanks for
No,
having
thanks
us.
for having us,
But-
mate.
and thanks for all you're doing. And
Yeah,
No,
brilliant,
thank
mate.
you. Yeah, well played.
Absolutely
Fucking
And if
brilliant,
we
top
have
efforts.
forgotten to thank anyone that's supporting us, we apologise. But you know what I mean.
I think I think we're
wonderful and
Plenty more to come. Let's get the kit out there.
Kit out there.
So it goes. The first fixture out at the moment is May. Did you say
May
2nd?
3rd.
May 3rd.
May 3rd should be the first
Signing
outing
the
of it.
kit. Yeah.
So at least we'll look good. Let's
Yeah.
say that.
Yeah.
Football
Superb.
might be a bit different, but at least we'll look very good. So
there
Yeah.
won't be no colour clashes.
I bloody hope not. I bloody hope not. He said, I was like, make it green, but maybe with a bit of like, come up with the Luminous one. So,
That's superb, mate.
No, I like it a lot.
but yeah, and then the big event for the second part is hopefully the Maybank last part of May will be the soccer school,
Sweet.
the Frog United return. So
More penalties.
Get my boots back on.
yeah, venue to be confirmed, but yeah, that should be a good one. That one.
Lovely stuff. Thank you, gents.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Alex.
Emotional.
Cheers, mate.
boys.
Thank you.
Cheers, lads.